And welcome back. I'm not Diana, obviously, John Mondelli. And joining me is Brian Rowan, the athletic director at Rowan College at Gloucester County. Brian, we could sit and talk for hours about the athletic department at RCGC, but boy, this year's a lot of great things happening in sports beginning in the fall up until now. Tell us about what's going on.
It's been an outstanding year for us. It's been a lot of fun. Our teams are competitive. One of our goals is to have a balanced athletic program where all of our teams compete at a very high level, both on the field, on the courts, on the track, and also in the classroom. And this year's been outstanding. Going back to the fall, we had one of our best overall soccer seasons. Our men's soccer team was one game away from reaching the national championships. Our women's team captured the conference, the region, and went to the national championship tournament. Very proud of that soccer season. Our women's tennis team finished second in the nation at their national championship tournament under head coach Kelly Hernandez. That's a program that's definitely on the rise. Women's cross country captured a region championship in the fall, and our men's cross country had a good year and made it to nationals, but obviously that's one of our strong programs as well. Our volleyball program's growing. We go over to the winter, and we had, for the first time in 18 years, our women's basketball team makes the national championship tournament. So they had a great year, captured a conference, captured a region. Men's basketball wins 27 games under head coach Chris Martin, one of our best basketball seasons. They're, again, one game away from a region championship. And we have 4 wrestlers make it to the national championships. So fall and winter were great. Oftentimes we talk about the spring being our best season, and we're having a great year. Our baseball team is terrific under head coach Rob Valley. We have a great player, the catcher Jack Goen. He's batting .500 during the season. We're expecting them to do very well at the end of the year. Softball's in the top 10 in the nation. Real interesting, both of our track and field teams are having great years. And we have an outstanding female track athlete, Alicia Lancaster, who's broken 3 records this year, 3 of our RCGC records, the shot put, the discus, and the hammer. And she's a leader for us on those teams that'll both compete for national championships. Softball and men's tennis are both in the national top 10. So, it's been an outstanding year for us. We like to compete, but it's been so much fun to see us, again, that balance across the board in our athletic program. That's what we want.
Let's talk about a sport that's near and dear to me, a sport that I've covered for 20 years. I think this was the first year. I stopped covering it this year full time, is wrestling. Wrestling program going through some changes?
Yeah, changes, and great news for, I think, our campus, great news for South Jersey Wrestling, great news for Roadrunner Athletics in general. We just recently announced Dan Antonelli will be our new head coach. He's off to a great start, recruiting already. He's got the personality, he's got the experience, he's got a winning resume. He's also a great administrator. He's the athletic director at Clayton High School. He already sends us student athletes. So Roadrunner Wrestling has already won 6 national championships, All-Americans, individual national champions. It's great news to have somebody with his leadership ability at the helm. We think we're going to be back at the top of the national rankings in the sport of wrestling. That's the great news. The sad news, the wrestling community lost a great one. Yeah, one of our all-time giants in athletics, Mr. Al Tsai, has passed recently. Sad news for us. He was our first NJCAA All-American 2 times in 1970 and 71. Obviously very well known in South Jersey wrestling. Went on University of Arizona, is in their Hall of Fame. He's in our Athletic Hall of Fame. I got to spend some time with him, and he came back and really cared about the program, really cared about the overall success. Sometimes we win a national championship in another sport. You get a note from Al Tsai congratulating us, or an award, or when I took over as the athletic director, he sent me a nice note saying congratulations. So to have somebody of his stature tie in with us, it meant a lot. Our thoughts are with the family, and it is tough. He was one of the giants, one of the people that you mention when you say Roadrunner Athletics. His name was synonymous with the program.
Brian, thank you for stopping by, and we'll be right back.